Hey, Melissa, we have some new information on ISIS and the danger it may pose to one of our NATO allies. After we just heard from Benjamin about the progress in retaking Mosul from the terrorist group, a new report finds that the Islamic State is gaining a foothold in Turkey, as you know, a key NATO ally. This is Secretary of State Rex Tillerson heads to that country today, and counterterrorism and taking the fight to the radical Islamic terrorists expected to be top of his agenda. Jonathan Schanzer joins us now. He co-authored the report on Turkey and is also the Vice President of Research at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies and a former terrorism analyst at the Treasury Department. So, Jonathan, first off, what you outlined in your report, I mean, it's alarming. You got a NATO ally hit by, well, like 30 terrorist attacks, killing more than 300 people, and you say that Turkey has a substantial threat by ISIS to that country. So then what is the result for us?
Well, the result is that we're seeing a key Muslim country that has served as a buffer against terrorists, against ISIS. It appears to be eroding. I believe that really this is the result of disastrous policies carried out by the Erdogan government, the current government in Turkey. They tried to topple Bashar al-Assad in Syria by allowing jihadists to cross their border. And in so doing, for many years, they allowed ISIS to essentially nestle into Turkish society. And over the last 3 years or so, we've seen a significant uptick in ISIS activity, and including attacks against this crucial NATO ally.
Yeah, you mentioned President Erdogan. I mean, he had an open door. It was an open gate to Islamic recruits. The foreign fighters would just flood right over his border. They basically didn't do anything. Remember the siege of Kobani a couple of years ago when the Turkish tanks just sat on the border like bystanders? Let me read a comment about that from your report. You say, quote, "Since the beginning of the Syrian civil war, Turkey's indifference towards and even tacit support for IS, Islamic State, and other jihadists has alarmed its Western allies, particularly the United States. Knowingly or not, Turkey allowed the IS and other jihadist groups to establish their cells in Istanbul, Ankara, and other Turkish cities near the Syrian border. Beyond their physical networks in Turkey, the jihadists' online presence in Turkish is growing. Indeed, social media has become the top recruiting platform, and other tech-savvy extremist groups. And while Turkey has imposed draconian media laws, Ankara's online crackdown on jihadists remains relatively meek." So if they're not doing enough, this blowback certainly has and will continue to hit them.
That's right. And actually what we've seen is in the 81 provinces across Turkey, there have been counterterrorism actions taken in 54 of them. So in other words, we're really seeing more than half the territory across Turkey that has been infiltrated by ISIS to some extent. There have been something like 1,300 arrests, but this is really the shocking figure, is that only 7 convictions have come out of those 1,300. So you have that online problem that we mentioned in the report, the ongoing ISIS sort of activity, and then the Turkish government cracking down instead of against ISIS, they're cracking down on their own political dissidents in a very fraught political environment.
So finally, Rex Tillerson will be in Turkey, meeting with government officials. What can we do? What should he say? What type of steps can be taken to try and push back the Islamists?
Well, the key here right now is to offer the Turks a range of U.S. support. So we can help crack down on the online recruitment. We can ensure that the Turks have better security on its border. We need to really have the Turks take care of their Kurdish problem. We think that has really probably been detracting from some of the counterterrorism activities that they should be involved in. But if we see that the Turks are not interested in cracking down on ISIS the way we suggest, then I think we need to make it clear that we're willing to downgrade the relationship. We don't want to lose this relationship, but we need to renegotiate the terms because this is such a crucial NATO ally and they are really falling down on the job.
Yeah, they certainly have not done enough. Jonathan Schanzer, thank you so much. I want to urge our viewers, for more information on this, all you have to do is go to the Foundation for Defense of Democracies website. You can download and read the whole report, and it is worthy reading as we fight and face radical Islamic terrorism. Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you.